Hey everyone, this is Virdelet here, and today we have a special episode. It's teams, something, I don't know, Thursday, Tuesday, whatever starts with a T. Today we have an ancient Egyptian team, which is based obviously in ancient Egypt. And as you can see from the team preview, my opponent has mono normal type team, and his team is actually quite interesting. So yeah, also we have 2 battles today, not just one. This is why the video is long, by the way. So if you get bored from this battle, skip to the other battle. But I don't recommend that because these 2 battles are super interesting, especially with this team, because it's sort of a gimmicky team. So he leads off with Lepony, and I lead off with my Sphinx. Goes for Protect as I go for the taunt, and he sees my taunt, so he goes for a physical move. I go for Will-O-Wisp expecting that, but unfortunately I miss, and he goes for Dizzy Punch. Now he protects again to make sure that I'm still gonna go for Will-O-Wisp. So he switches out, and this is a very nice move. He goes into his own Ditto to turn into my Sphinx, and I go for Will-O-Wisp. It doesn't affect him, unfortunately. Yeah, it doesn't affect him, so I go for Fire Blast anyways, because Sphinx is really not important on this team. I'm ready to sacrifice it, like, I don't care, because it's not that important. Anyways, he goes for Brave Bird, and this will take me out. Because he's Scarfed, by the way, this is why he outsped me. So, I go down, as he goes down as well, so it's a double down. So the perfect option for me is to go into my best hit, which is the Espeon. The reason for that, because I can set up my own walls. Goes into back into his Lepony, goes for Protect, which is good for me because right now I can just go for Reflect and it wouldn't matter. On the next turn, I go for Psyshock. Psyshock does more than half, which is really good. Now this is interesting. He goes for Entrainment, which gives me his ability. But because I have Magic Bounce, I used Entrainment on him, so now he has Magic Bounce. His previous ability was Klutz, which prevents him from using weapons, using the items on him, and he has Flame Orb. Because his Klutz is gone, Flame Orb activated on him, and he got burned, which is really good for me. This was a very interesting move, and I was surprised when it happened. I had no idea about it. Anyways, goes for Sucker Punch. As I go for Future Sight, Psyshock, because I didn't expect him to. I didn't expect him to go for Sucker Punch, anyways. So he goes for Power Punch, expecting the switch, or maybe for me to put another wall. So Future Sight. The reason I went for Future Sight, no, he's pressured to. Either use Sucker Punch to evade the Future Sight, or to stay as he is, and he will die from the Future Sight. This is a perfect opportunity for me to set up. He goes for Sucker Punch to protect himself from the Future Sight, as I go for Agility. And now you're saying, why does Axelgar have Agility? Well, the reason for that is because I can Baton Pass. So he goes for Shadow Sneak, which is perfect for me, because whomever I want to Baton Pass to, I don't want him to be damaged. So I use Baton Pass and go into my Heracross, or the Mega Heracross. Now we all know Mega Heracross with Agility is just an insta sweep. It's over, game over. But you can see from the length of the video, it's not over. Anyways, I Mega Evolve. It goes for Sucker Punch. This will do nothing because it's resisted. He even has the Power Punch up, but it doesn't matter. So I go for Bullet Seed because it has the highest accuracy, and Arm Thrust, he might be immune to it because if he uses Shadow Sneak. So I went for Bullet Seed. It's definitely a kill. Now he goes into his own Ditto, which I didn't consider at all. And we battled before, and he had the Choice Scarf from this. But this time, I won the Speed Tire. I know that he changed his item into something else, probably Focus Sash maybe. So I'll go for Rock Blast, and Rock Blast takes him down to 5 hits, which is good. And now he goes to for his own Rock Blast, which will do like, which will take me down to red, and now I'm forced to win the speed tie. Can I win the speed tie? Nope. So he goes for Rock Blast and takes me out. But it's okay because I have Extreme Speed Lucario. It's Adamant Max Attack, so the kill is guaranteed. I go into my Anubis, which is the Lucario, and I use Extreme Speed. And he lives. And I'm like, shit, Lucario, you're not as good as the Mega Lucario. He goes for Arm Thrust. I have Focus Sash, but it's irrelevant because... yeah, by the way, I have Arm Thrust on my Heracross instead of Close Combat, even though Close Combat is stronger. The reason for that is because I don't want to get the defense drop and someone would finish me off mid-sweep with an Aqua Jet or something. So anyways, he goes for Rock Blast. This does nothing to the Cofagrigus because it's a beast. At this time, I'm a bit in a trouble here because all I have is the Cofagrigus, I think, and the... all I have is the Cofagrigus. No, wait. I have just never mind. Let's continue watching. So he goes for Switcheroo and gives me the Flame Orb. Unfortunately, I get burned. And he takes my leftovers away. I go for Knockoff because you know, Cofagrigus is not a physical attacker. This won't kill. No one burned, so Knockoff will be even weaker. He goes for Entrainment just to remove. This is very, very smart on my opponent's part because I have my ability Mummy. Kangaskhan has the ability Scrappy, which allows him to attack Ghost types. Now his if he attacks me, Mummy will activate and he won't be able to attack me again because his Scrappy will go. I don't know if you understood that, but it's easy. So I send out my Bastet for just to sacrifice it. It's unnecessary. So Bastet goes down, and now I go into my back into my Cofagrigus because I had to remove the clots that I had. Now I have Mummy back, which means if he attacks me, he'll get Mummy, and he won't be able to attack me with normal type moves anymore. So at this point, he's not attacking. He's going for Sucker Punch. He's waiting for the Will-O-Wisp because he only has one hit, and then Mummy will activate. So he's saving it for the next move, and his next move is unfortunately, we'll see it now. His next move is Facade. This is why he was waiting to be burned, so he can use Facade. Max attack, Life Orb, all that shit. But luckily for me, Cofagrigus is a beast, so I managed to live the Facade and go for Knockoff. I probably should have Feint Split, but I didn't expect the Facade, honestly. So at this point I go into my Pharaoh, my last Pokemon, 6 HP, and I think his Chinchino is Scarfed. Anyways, I go for Agility, expecting the Sucker Punch, just to waste his turn. Now, on the next turn, I'm gonna use Endure, but he switches out. And him switching out means that Endure will fail, so I can use it again 2 times in a row. So I go for Endure right here, expecting the Rock Blast, and this is a surprise, people. He goes for Rock Blast because he's Scarfed, and now with the Agility and Unburden, I'm 100% faster than the Chinchino. Even with the Agility, I don't even need the Unburden. Also, I have Weakness Policy, so I'm guaranteed to defeat this thing with just 1 Bug Buzz. Endure takes all the hits, I mean. 5 hits in a row, I live with 1 HP, and now I go for Bug Buzz. The next thing is the Moment of Truth. Now, Kangaskhan has 2 burn turns, so I can go for Endure on the first turn. The next turn I have to decide whether I want a Bug Buzz or just straight out attack. So I'll go for Endure, as he goes for Fake Out, which is really good that I had Endure because it out-prioritized the Fake Out. And now he has like 1 HP or something. I go for Endure, but it fails, and he uses Sucker Punch. And it fails as well, and now he burns, and that's it. Good game, and I win. This was a really amazing victory for me because I really never expected this. Excuse me for some of the misplays because I'm really rusty. I haven't played in around a month or something. So this is the other battle against my friend T-York. He's a rapper, you should check his channel out. We battled like 3 times on this channel or something. So his team is threatening and it's Sun team. So let's start the battle as well. So he leads off with his Kesha Cole. As I lead off with my Bastet. He brings the Drought. And he instantly switches out, fearing probably the Psyshock. And goes into his Houndoom. And now I go for Light Screen because I'm really scared of Mega the Houndoom. Fire Blast in the Sun could destroy lives. Switch out, go into my Sphinx. With the Light Screen, I can live the Fire Blast. He Mega Evolves and uses Fire Blast. And he misses, which is good for me. On the next turn, he uses... no, actually, he switches out. As I go for Fire Blast on the Swampert. Luckily for him, or at least not luck, I miss as well. But surprise, surprise, I have Solar Beam. The reason for that, this Pyroar has the item Power Herb, which means I can use 1 Solar Beam without charging. So sadly for him, he had the Sun up, which means I could use Solar Beam without even consuming my item. So he goes for Dark Pulse, hoping for me to flinch, and I actually flinch. So on the next turn he goes for Dark Pulse. Fun fact, if he used Fire Blast, it would have been stronger than Dark Pulse. Anyways, my Pyroar goes down, so I send out my Anubis, which has the Focus Sash, but he goes for Destiny Bond. Takes out my Lucario. I used Circle Throw because I expected him to switch in his one of his Pokemon. I have Circle Throw, Focus Sash because I need someone to stop sweepers. So for example, if Salamence, Dragon Dance or Dragonite, I can put Lucario, live 1 hit with a Focus Sash, and then use Circle Throw. So I have the Reflect up, he goes for Knock Off, knocks off my Light Clay. At this point, I switch out into my Scarab, which is the Heracross. At this point, he removes the Reflect, which is good for him, really good. So I expect a Toxic. So I go back into my best to Toxic this thing, because this thing is unstoppable. But he goes for Foul Play. For some reason, he doesn't have Toxic. I don't know if Toxic is a standard thing on Mandibus or not. So unfortunately, I waste my SP on away. Go back into my Heracross, Mega Evolve, and go straight away for the Rock Blast, hoping to maybe kill this thing. Rock Blast misses, unfortunately for me, and he goes for Foul Play. And on the next turn, I go for the other Rock Blast, and this obviously will not take him out. Mandibus is really bulky. So I take him down to red health, and on the next turn, he goes for Foul Play as well. Or I mean, on the same turn. And on the next turn, now I go for Rock Blast to finish him off. I don't want to risk it and go for something like Pin Missile. Pin Missile has the same accuracy as Rock Blast, but I don't want to go for Bullet Seed and him living or Arm Thrust. Anyways, he returns his Kesha Cole, the Ninetales, and I have nothing to switch out into. So I'm really cornered because again I only have Cofagrigus and the this guy. Shit. Yeah, the Excelgar. So here, I endure the hit, live with 1 HP. And now my Weakness Policy activates. I can Baton Pass it to Pharaoh and hope that... Baton Pass it to Cofagrigus and hope that Cofagrigus can actually take it for me. He still has 3 left. Choice Banded Dragonite, Mach, and full health Ninetales. Or all of them are actually full health. So Cofagrigus here, last stand for Cofagrigus. He goes for Flamethrower. The first one did more than half. I live with 1 HP, so thank you, leftovers. And now I go for Pain Split, recover my health. At this point, he expected another Pain Split. So he went for Will-O-Wisp just to sabotage my Pain Split. But I actually go for Hex here. Because of the special attack raise from the Weakness Policy, I managed to take him out. And now he goes into his Mach. Goes into his Mach and he goes for Curse to raise his attack and defense. As I go for Pain Split because he has full HP and Muck has good HP, base 110. So I recover most of my health, which is really good. From around 60%, I can live the Outrage from the Choice Banded Dragonite. So he recovers some from the Black Sludge. At this point, I go for Will-O-Wisp, and I miss, unfortunately. He goes for Poison Jab. Maybe he wants to poison me or something, but he forgot that I'm burned. Or no, actually Poison Jab is actually stronger than Shadow Sneak. So I go for Will-O-Wisp. I go for Will-O-Wisp after the first one that missed. He goes for Shadow Sneak to get some damage before having his attack weakened. So I go for Will-O-Wisp right now. He's burned and his attack is weakened again. So now I can Hex him. I recover some of my HP as well, which is essential for me to live the Outrage, but at this point I don't think I can live the Outrage. So yeah, anyways, I go for, I said so a lot. Anyways, I go for Pain Split just to recover some of my HP. As he goes for another Curse, now I can just Hex him and finish him from this range because Muck has good special defense. This is why I didn't Hex without him being burned. So yeah, with my HP, by the way, I can live the Outrage. So he goes for Shadow Sneak just to make sure that the Outrage will take me out. And unfortunately, from this range, Outrage will probably take me out. I go for Hex, take the Muck out, recover some of my HP, and now Choice Banded Dragonite. He sends his Godzilla out. Goes for Outrage and unfortunately takes me out, but luckily for me, the multi-scale is gone now. And there's small light of hope, just small tiny teeny light at the end of the tunnel. If he gets 2-turn confusion from the Outrage, there's a small chance that I'd rely on luck and win. So go for Endure here. As he goes for the Outrage, now will he be confused? Will he be confused? Yes, he's confused, ladies and gentlemen. And now I go for Bug Buzz. Do some damage on him. It's not much, but what he can do, I don't have anything besides Bug Buzz. He's confused, hits himself with Confusion. On the next turn, I go and use Bug Buzz. If he hits himself with Confusion, I think probably the next Bug Buzz will finish the game. Will he hit himself in Confusion? No. He goes for Outrage and finishes the game. I could have went for Endure just to fish out for another Confusion, but I needed every Bug Buzz possible. This is why I didn't use Endure. So yeah, that's about it. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode and thank you for watching.